Hello, I'm Greg Padilla. Let's review FOLIO Electronic Resource Management, or ERM, and its integration with EBSCOs Holdings Management. I've set up my FOLIO login with the core ERM apps. It's all managed through the settings application in terms of content that you can display and terminology used by the library. It all starts with the holdings and integration with EBSCOs Holdings Management, or the EBSCO knowledge base. But first, let's take a look at a publication within Publication Finder. So I'm going to search chemical reviews to view my current access to that title. And what you're going to see is the access to ACS publications for the current content. So at the library, what I've done is I've acquired the content through their legacy archives to get the backfile items. So you'll see that I have different ways of getting access to that content. So I'm going to search again by chemical reviews by the title. I could also search by ACS as the provider or the package if I know where it already lives. So once I find the applicable title, I'm going to go ahead and look for the package where I can find the proper link to get to the content on my publication page. So ACS Legacy Archives is part of the package that I purchased it from. I'm going to add this title to my holdings. Once I get that notification that my title's been added, I can go back to my Publication Finder, refresh my search, and now you're going to see that I've added that title with the applicable dates accessible to me by the contract that I've signed. So now it's discoverable for my end users. So the second part of ERM is managing the content that you have within FOLIO. Now that we've added a discoverable link for chemical reviews, we're going to add it to an agreement. Agreement records express the connection between enabled resources and business terms negotiated for access and use of a set of e-resources. So you have the ability to create a new agreement record or add it to an existing record, which we're going to do here. So I go ahead and now I'm going to be able to search the agreement application, and I have this existing agreement that I'm going to assign to this e-resource. Now I can go ahead and click from the e-holdings application into the agreements app for this agreement record. You'll see there's a variety of information that you can fill in for an agreement record. I'm going to focus on a few different areas, but the first thing I'm going to show is the agreement line. So this is the set of resources that you're managing through this agreement. But now I'm going to go ahead and add a controlling license, which generally is your current license for this set of resources, which will also populate the license and business terms area. And I'm also going to add an organization to this record. So what we want to do is go ahead and go to the edit screen. And you can see all the different fields that you can edit within the record. I'm going to scroll down to that license information. I'm going to go ahead and add a license. And it's going to go ahead and pop open a record that I'm going to link to this given license. So the same idea here is to go ahead and search that license application. I've created a license for ACS licenses that's affiliated with this agreement. I add that there. I indicate its status. I'm noting it as my controlling license for this set of resources. And it also brought over a license amendment that I had already created for this given license around text and data mining based on the backfile content that I purchased. And I'm also going to go ahead and add an organization. Same idea is search the organization application from within the agreements app and find the applicable organizations for this acquisition agreement record. I'm going to go ahead and assign it a role, and I'm going to save that record. And so what I'm going to show here really quickly is now that I've added that license agreement, what you're finding here is we have filled in the license and business terms area. So I pulled that data across from the license record into the agreement record for use by your staff who have access to this content. And also you'll go ahead and see the information I pulled from the organization record as well. So let's go ahead and use those links to get back in directly to the license record itself within the license application. You'll see a different set of information for the given licenses area. What I'm going to focus on is the core documents themselves. So this is where you have the ability to upload a copy of the executed license into your FOLIO instance, or you can link it to a campus managed system, whether it be a local server, a Box account, Microsoft, or other third-party software your campus might be using. And you can also indicate a physical location where a signed executed license might live, such as an administrative office on campus. And within the business terms, you'll find that this is where you're going to enable whether these terms are available through FOLIO for your internal use, or you can make it publicly accessible through the Journal A to Z list or Publication Finder for your patrons. And the last thing I wanted to show here is the agreement is linked to this license. So you can see all the various agreements this license is linked to within that license record. So let's go back up to the organization. So as we saw in the agreement record, we had an organization record. Same content is available here in the license. I'm going to link over to that organization. And what you'll see here is essentially all the different informational content that you have for a given organization. You're marking it whether it's a vendor or not, because you can also create organization records for consortia, state libraries, or others that you work with to acquire content that's not directly with the vendor itself. And then all your basic Rolodex type of information, contact people information, that interface information that I mentioned, where it could be for grabbing usage stats, making orders, placing orders, etc. And you set the rights to who has permissions to be able to view the username and passwords into those systems. So that's a quick overview of EBSCO FOLIO ERM. Please contact your local EBSCO team if you'd want to learn more. Thank you.